hold the cue card straight. When you don't be mad, we love the Louis Armstrong. You've seen my next guest in many films, including FX, Silverado, Cocoon, and now Presumed Innocent. He plays the Chief Prosecutor Raymond Horgan. Please welcome Brian Dennehy.
First of all, I want to say that I approve of the haircut.
Oh, mine or his?
No, yours. I think it's a great haircut.
Oh,
but let's talk about that jacket. I've never seen a pizza-colored jacket before. No, it's really nice.
Yeah, I'm sure you love it. You give this guy a hard time, too.
Yeah, that seems to be my role in life, is to give people a hard time. Sylvester Stallone, various older character actors in Cocoon, and lately, the man himself, Harrison Ford. And by the way, he says he wasn't scared of those snakes. Now, I don't believe that for a minute. If he really wasn't scared, that's the greatest performance I've ever seen an actor give.
What's it like to work with him?
Well, he's
Now, you're laughing.
Wait a minute, I got to remember my lines here. No, he's generous, and the thing about Harrison, it's terrific. What happens in this business is that you, when you work with a real star, which he is, about half the time, they have begun to believe the stuff that they see written about them, and they become. Let's face it, they have a different kind of life than we do. But Harrison is generous, and he's a hard-working and terrific actor. He wanted to be surrounded by the best people that they could find, and he wanted those people to do their best work. And he was there for you all the time as an actor. More than that about another actor, I can't say. I mean, that's the greatest compliment I can give to
And you've worked with everyone.
And I worked with them all. But this guy is, I think this is his year. Yeah. I think it's going to be one of those little gold statues for Mr. Ford this year.
Okay, now, they agree, I guess. Now, I didn't want to interrupt Mr. Dennehy, but while he was talking, you were having a hard time controlling yourself over there, laughing. Why were you laughing?
Well, I'm very flattered and moved by what he says. That's
But
really
even before that, when I first asked the question, you just started laughing like...
Well, I mean, every time I tried to do something serious, he starts laughing. I mean,
no, I mean, I'm just embarrassed by it.
It's a white thing.
Yeah, okay.
I'll never understand it, Mr. Dennehy.
But no, I'm serious. It's a tremendous performance by Harrison, and not in an easy framework, because he essentially plays catch. In other words, he's surrounded by actors, all of whom are bouncing off of him, and yet you can't take your eyes off him. It's riveting and very moving and tremendously effective. It's a terrific picture and a hell of a performance, and so we'll see.
Wouldn't you have been shocked, though, if he said, "What a butthead, Harry"? You know, I'm glad it's over and I got the check. He really irritated me.
He's too nice a guy to say anything like that about him.
That's true.
Yes. Let's look at a clip so we can see you working this thing. What's this one? Set this one up.
I think this is when we've gotten results of the poll, which indicate that I am going to be defeated as district attorney. After having served as district attorney for 12 years, my political career is over, and he and I are having a kind of post-mortem, an Irish post-mortem, which is usually accompanied with booze in my office.
Okay, let's...
I think.
Yeah. If not, we'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay.
So tell me, who's our bad guy? Could be a boyfriend, some guy she picked up. Whoever it is knew enough about her to know what to make it look like. Could be a law enforcement type.
Just one of us.
You and Carolyn have a thing.
Well, don't beat around the bush, Rusty. I mean, just come right out and ask the question. why don't I say that the decedent and I were both single and both adults. Yeah, I had a thing with her. She thought like everybody else thought. I wasn't going to run again. I could just hand the mantle over to anyone I chose, so why not abroad? Why not her?
We'll take a commercial and come right back with Brian Dennehy and Harrison Ford.
Domino's Pizza introduces one of the quickest pickups in the business. The minute you order, we swing into action, so your pizza is always hot, fresh, and ready in about 10 minutes. It's the only pickup of its kind.
It's time for Domino's Pizza, oh yeah.
Come into Domino's Pizza now, and for a limited time, pick up a large pepperoni pizza for only $5.99.
For centuries.
Rose.
You mentioned that you have 3 daughters.
That's right, 3 daughters. My oldest daughter, she's going to kill me for this, is going to be 30 this year. As tough as it is for her, it's really murder for me, boy. But, she's a great kid. The older two are actresses for my sins. And my youngest one is studying psychology in Chicago. So it's quite appropriate. It all works out well.
But the 2 actresses, did you discourage them?
I certainly didn't encourage them because I know how difficult this business is. And it has been tough for them. It's, you know, this is a business where when you're wildly successful, rejection is 80% of your life. You know, and most people don't have to deal with that. But the fact is that you've got to be strong and able to deal with it. And it's tough to see your kids go through that. So I'm hoping for a couple of nice dentists from the Valley, you know, to take them away from the business. But so far, they haven't shown up.
Yeah. A question kind of off the subject. You mentioned that Spike Lee, you'd like to see him do a television show. And I thought that was an interesting request.
Well, I think that the thing about, we all have a kind of, and I'm just as guilty as anyone else, we have a very snobbish attitude about the movie business. We like to work in the movies, and, you know, the most successful movie, first run, probably plays to 20 million people, 25 million people. Whereas a television show, if it is a flop, if it's in 3rd place, plays to 40 or 50 million. And Spike has this incredible talent for exploring problems that are, you know, extremely important in American life. It seems to me that one of the ways to do that would be in the context of a TV show. For example, you know, just off the top of my head, 2 cops, a black cop and a white cop, dealing with the stresses of working in a modern urban environment and with each other. I mean, who better to explore that than Spike Lee? And where better than on television? Yeah. And I think we all have a tendency to kind of, you know, not treat television with the respect that it deserves, the power that it has. You're an exception to that, of course. But anyway, that's just it.
Yeah, the reason I asked is because, well, he watches, and tomorrow, so I can hear this, and plus he's here tomorrow, so I can talk to him about it.
Right, so I'll never work for Spike Lee, I guess.
No, actually, what you said is a compliment in the sense you're saying that the man has something to give, and you want to make sure it gets to more people.
Absolutely. I think that it's, you know, in England, if you spend time in England, you see television and people working in television, writers in particular, who are enormously talented, and they have a great respect for the power of television. The tendency in this country is for people to work in television for a while, again, especially writers, and then to move on to feature films. And I think television is more important than that. And it needs the best of us. Actors, directors, writers, everybody.
Have you done a lot of television?
Oh, yeah. I've done a lot of bad television, and I've done some good television. And but I have a real respect for its power and its influence. And you know, we went through a phase in the 50s and 60s where we understood that. And television did have a tremendous impact on you know, a show like All in the Family, for example. I think even in the context of a sitcom, it changed the way Americans looked at themselves. We've gotten away from that now. You know, it's a way station in people's careers, and I think that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Earlier, when you were talking about the people you've worked with and you were comparing them to this wonderful guy sitting here, you mentioned veteran or elderly, some word that made me think you were mentioning Jessica Tandy.
Yeah, Jesse. Well, I mean, you've got that was an extraordinary experience, Cocoon. In fact, we just lost Jack Guilford a few weeks ago, who passed away. He's a wonderful comedian and a sweet, gentle man. And Don Amici and Hume and Jesse were Wilford Brimley. That was a wonderful experience. Maureen Stapleton, whom I've admired for years. And I remember we had a party one night, in somebody's room, and there must have been 300 years of experience in that room between all of them. And just to hear the stories, I mean, it's probably one of the few times in my life I ever kept my mouth shut and just listened for 2 hours because they were just so wonderful.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of them.
Yeah. Jessica was here.
Yeah, I know, she's great.
Delightful.
I saw it. Yeah,
Came out with her purse and walked on and did this.
I'll tell you, she's one of the sexiest women I've ever known. I mean, at 75 or 80 or whatever it is, I think she's still gorgeous, knockout, and what an actress.
Yeah, yeah, she's special. She's special. Would you define an eloquent refutation of lean cuisine? It's just such a hodgepodge of images and words. What does that mean?
Well, I don't know. I guess I would probably be the image of it.
He was described as that, and I was like, you know, just tell me what you think of him.
Well, no one has ever described me using the word lean before, that's for sure. But I don't mind.
It was followed by cuisine, though.
Oh, yeah, cuisine. Well, I guess if you have enough cuisine, it adds up to not lean anymore, which certainly hasn't been a problem for me in a long time.
I guess basically they were talking about you being a sex symbol in a very unique way.
I've heard myself described as the Weight Watchers' Robert Redford. But maybe it was Robert somebody else. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know. It's funny. People keep asking me about this sex symbol thing. I guess for some people, I am, and they're out there someplace. I don't know where. I don't mind.
Yeah.
They never get in touch with me when I was single, but.
Well, good luck to both of you on this movie. You won't need it. It's a good film. It's
yeah, it is a good
film.
picture.
And if you'll stick around, I'd like you all to hear Paul Young.
Okay, great.
Okay, we'll take commercial, come right back with Pretty Spot.